Most likely there are a lot of people up there who all lives work to study some of the existing systems up there. I was busy doing a lot of things, right? So myself, I did not perhaps not enough time to study these particular areas. I studied for some reason completely different areas, but either way, I'm here. I'm now doing it. So basically, I'm trying to understand. So, what's a better way to understand where to begin, right? So, I need to acknowledge perhaps some of the systems are there uh, already. Some of the existence that was in the past based on history. Perhaps some of the systems are there who that the way how some of the countries operate based on those systems, as well as perhaps future systems. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I already started doing, as well as I'm going to be doing in the future. Hopefully, the next couple of weeks, I'll try to cover all the systems, or perhaps if I will miss any of those systems, perhaps feel free to reach out to me and bring my attention to those. But either way, I'll begin with would oversimplify way of looking at the different systems. That would be economy explained with cows, and something I'll be focusing on in this particular video. What's a better way to explain different systems when using cows? I don't know. So I'm trying to understand, and there was there was perhaps one person was trying to explain all those systems and all the hard work that he put into understanding those systems, and to compare those systems by using one particular example. And in this particular instance, it must be India. I believe it must be India, but I don't know. I don't know. So just comparison to other countries and the different ways how people think about it, right? If we were to begin with feudalism, you have two cows. The Lord takes some of your cow's milk and gives you protection in return. Okay, perhaps feudalism that not necessarily just protection, perhaps would give you land that you could look after and perhaps grow food on. It's very simplified, right? A way to think about it. Well, either way, we right now we are on a feudalism. You hope that the Lord protects you from other lords who might want your cows. Okay, so it's kind of interesting way. So perhaps Lord has a military, I guess, and it's all what he does. I guess Lord has a lot of land and military, and that's a pretty gist of it. How feudalism works. I have written about it in my book. I personally believe some aspects. It's what was it, 13th century, 14th century. I have some of those people who still think that way is still in existence, especially in monarchy systems. Merchandising. You have two cows. The government heavily regulates your cows and trade. You can only trade your cows with countries approved by the king. And merchandising, perhaps it means completely different. Not in perhaps selling your merch, but perhaps it's overall. I heard it yesterday. I believe it's trade, overall trade. So how you're trading and everything with all the regulations and everything, and how many legal legal documents I had to read already. So perhaps there's a particular system which is called merchandising. Laissez-faire capitalism. You have two cows. You can do whatever you want with your cows. Your neighbor cows business goes bankrupt, but that's not your problem. Okay. It's basically laissez faire capitalism. Okay. Uh, that sounds very interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'll find any books to read on this particular way of thinking. Keynesian Economics. You have two cows. The government tells you to feed one cow and stimulate economic growth. They tax you to fund programs that help your other cow to find a job. Keynesian Economics. It's too much. It's too much. I don't know if it's true. I wish some people are joking. Yeah, I wish people are joking. Austerity Economics. You have two cows. Government takes one cow to reduce debt, which is not good. Your remaining cow feels overworked and underappreciated. Overworked, underpaid, there's not enough holidays, there's no sick pay. That's interesting idea. That's austerity economics. Quantitative easing, or QA. I might be taking a look at this particular system in more detail. Is it old way of doing it? Is it old model or is it a new one? You have two cows. The central bank prints more money to buy your cow's milk. Paper notes that there's no value in that. You wonder if your milk is worth anything with all that extra cash around. that's, that's quantitative easing, or AKA government's check. We have the next one is trickle down economics. I have covered that already. There's systems there. I haven't invented any of those systems. They are there. You have two cows. Government gives tax breaks to the rich, which is which is perhaps okay, hoping they will buy more of your cow's milk. The rich people will. You wait for the milk to trickle down to you, but it never quite reaches. That's true. That's true. To most part, that's true. So basically, that's trickle down economics. Economics. Cryptocurrency. You have two digital cows. You mine for more digital cows. I want to be very serious about it, but this is what it really is, right? Hoping you will become valuable in the future. Uh, Hoping that those cows will become more valuable in the future just because you're mining cows. You are not entirely sure what blockchain means, which is true. I've done so much work on it, I still don't know what really that means, right? But you are in for the digital cow gold rush. Cryptocurrency. You have two digital cows. You mine for more digital cows. You are not entirely sure what's happening, but you in for a digital cow gold rush. I mean, which is great. I guess there's some value there. Environmentalism. You have two cows. You switch to organic farming and name your cows Daisy and Buttercup, which is never a good idea. Never name your animals in case you're gonna have to eat those animals. But it's a environmentalism. Yeah, let's focus on that. You make artisanal, cruelty-free cheese and sell it to a farmer's market. Bureaucracy. You have two cows. You fill out endless paperwork to provide you own them. How many paperwork I'm reading right now? There's a lot of pain involved in this process. By the time you are done, you are not sure if you still have your own cows. uh, I have published a journal. In the journal, I'm sharing a lot of information with you on how to structure your time around focusing on 24 hours and how to make most of your day. If you were to focus on every single day as well as making most of your time, would highlight particular areas which I personally believe are very important. Just to name a few areas, that would be motivation as well as how to start your day. What can be better than starting with a really good quote? From there, if you were to focus on the dictionary, in dictionary, I'm sharing all information with regards to finance and some of the areas that I personally believe everyone could do better, as well as personal projects, health metrics, many other areas that I personally believe are important. You can find this journal in the description below, as well as top retailers has it. Remember, these explanations are meant to be humorous and simplified. Real world economics is much more complex and multi-phased. So in this particular video, I was focusing a lot of making sense of some of the particular systems and using an example of a person who has two cows and perhaps thinks about business and perhaps a particular area and situation where the person might find himself, right? Would that be some of the old concepts of feudalism as well as perhaps cryptocurrency and trying to make sense of those particular situations, right? I hope you find some value, some interest in this particular video. I'm going to be looking at different systems in a very detailed way, and I'll try to find some books, really good books to read and understand those systems myself. I'll be sharing some information a little bit later. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.